All right, so this video is for Patti and Rick or anybody else making chlorine dioxide cleaner here at the farmhouse. So I'll go over what it is that we're working with. This is going to be our spray bottle and our spray nozzle. This is where we're going to put the solution and the water into once we make it. And that's what we're going to use for our cleaner. And then you have two parts. You have part A and part B. So the first part is a sodium chlorate solution. It's kind of like a special kind of salt water. And then this is a 4% hydrochloric acid. So it's not very strong. If you get any on your hand, it won't burn you, but immediately clean your hand off and you should be fine. This is not going to harm your skin, but you want to clean your hands if you get any of this on your hands right away. So what we're going to do is we're going to mix equal parts of this solution into here. We're going to let it sit for about 2 minutes, and then we're going to put a little bit of water in here, and we're going to fill this up using the funnel and our reverse osmosis water. So let's get started. The process is very basic. So in here we keep just a regular lid. We also have a dropper. These droppers will just live in this Pyrex container. You don't want to leave your droppers connected, because the hydrochloric acid will ruin the seal on your dropper, but it won't ruin the seal on your cap. So you push down and spin off. And you want to leave one dropper dedicated to your blue and one dedicated to your green. So what I'm going to do before I leave is I'm going to make sure there's a little bit of green on the top and a little bit of blue on the top of those so that they don't get mixed up. So we put our dropper in, we make sure it's submerged. We push the top, wait for it to bubble out, and release the top slowly. You don't want to do it too fast or it gets air bubbles in there. And then if you can see, there is enough solution in there. So what we're going to do is we're going to count out 10 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now you can see I have the container slightly tilted. That's to get all of the liquid into one spot in the bottom. So it's best to give it a little tilt and then fill in the corner. Now next we're going to our hypochlorite solution. Same thing, drop it in, squeeze out slowly, and then slowly let it up. And we end up with a vial. We angle it, and we try to drop it right into the other liquid. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And you can see immediately we're starting to get a color. It's going to form an amber type color to it. So let's empty out our dropper. We can put it down on the counter while it dries and put our lid back on top. And now we're going to wait about 2 minutes, and we'll cut right to that. All right, so it's been about 2 minutes, and what you'll see is an amberish color to the liquid. That's very important. Don't go sniffing deep into this. Don't huff it. It is offing a gas. The gas isn't dangerous. It does have a slight odor, almost like a pool chemical type odor. It's not going to hurt you, but you definitely don't want to come in and take a big deep sniff into it. So what we're going to do is we're going to utilize the farmhouse's reverse osmosis water to make this solution. So we take this here and we're just going to put a little bit in there. Not much to start, just a little so that the water collects everything, or the water gets all of the solution we just made out. And we're going to take the funnel and we're going to pour the funnel in into the container. Now the funnel itself we can leave in so that we get everything out, and then we're going to come here and we're going to fill from the osmosis filter. So I'm just going to rinse a little out of the funnel, put the funnel back in here, and fill up the rest of the container straight from the nozzle. Get it relatively close to the top, and then once the air bubbles let out, you'll see that the cleaner has a slight amber color to it. So this can be used for dusting, bathrooms, or anything else that you might need. Now the next thing we're going to do before we're done though is we are going to give a quick rinse to all of our glassware. So we're going to we're going to use our osmosis water filter to put a little bit in our Pyrex. We're going to rinse off our funnel, and then we're going to take our droppers and we're going to fill them up with water, push the water back out, and try to get as much of the water out of there as you can. And then we're going to dump the water out, and all of our glassware can sit right here. Now, if we clean our droppers out every time, it won't matter which ones we use for the next time when we make the next batch of solution. If you got any questions, don't be afraid to reach out to me. But with this is the top, and you put the top on here, and presto, you have your spray. Huh?